Hello and welcome to EIDG SPSS Class 4. In this class we look at some hypothesis tests using SPSS. Starting from part S1 here, we're going to import some data from the tourism worksheet. So as it says, start by looking in Excel, look at the information on the controls worksheet to get an idea of what's in there. Let's just have a look at that. So here's the controls, there's a bit of information here on the background, and here's explains the data. So it's got data on several hundred NGOs, and the idea is we're going to take a sample and use that sample to carry out some tests. Look at the next question here. Question 1. In this analysis we're going to take a sample and analyse that. What is an individual, what's the sample, and what's the population? Well, in the population here, each rectangle has got data on one NGO. We're going to select a sample of those rectangles, 60 at random. So one individual is one NGO. So an individual here is an organisation, an NGO. The population is all of the NGOs, and the sample is the 60 we're going to select. The only one of those that's slightly ambiguous is the population. Statistically speaking, the population is just the 800 from which we're selecting randomly, because no others have got any chance of being included. It's just those 880 in the population. But if you were writing this in a report or something, you might want to try and say something about NGOs, maybe in the rest of sub-Saharan Africa, if this is Africa or South Asia or whatever, or in the whole world, or NGOs in the past as well as the future. So the concept of population can be a bit elastic. The population is what you want to talk about, but strictly speaking, the statistical population is just the ones that we got a chance of including in the survey. So it's this population of 800 that we can see here, that we're going to draw from. If I can zoom out, see all those. So that's what we mean by individual sample population. Question 1 there. Right, take a sample of size 60, list it. So that's fairly easy. At this point, if these buttons don't work, remember that you've got to do this thing up here. On my screen it says enable content, because if I press take sample, it just won't do it. Yeah? So you've got to find something that says something like this and enable it. Then all will be fine with the world. So take a sample, you can go for size 60 this time. You could try more or less if you wanted, see if it makes a difference. If you don't remember, it's going to flash lights now, possibly. There you go. Okay, so here it's taken a sample of size 60. If you do it, your random pattern should be different from mine, I hope. Then we go to controls. So I'm just switching between them using the controls at the bottom. That's the population, that's controls. Then list the sample, it creates this extra sample tab. There's the sample of data. It's already set out quite nicely to import into SPSS, so it's got nice variable names at the top, quite neat. All the data's beneath it. So all I need to do is to save this. I will save it as a different name. You don't really need to. I'm just going to call it something different. Okay, I'll just put tourism sample 60 to remember it's a sample size 60. Save that. Okay, you can get rid of that. Go off to your friendly question 3. Oh, that should say, look at this, live on screen. Let's pause it a second. Sorry. These should be, these are things you're doing rather than questions, so. It should be S's like that. So S2 was taking sample size 60, and S3 is important data to SPSS. Let's do S3. Import data into Excel. Wait for this to work. Whistle a happy tune. Think about Christmas. Here it comes. Dataset's good. It's already in the right folder. And there's my sample of 60. Select that. Here it goes. Here it goes. Now, if you press OK now, you'll get a terrible mess because it's on the controls worksheet. So you get all that weird stuff about the buttons and things. It's a bit a mess. So to make sure you select the one which you want, that would be awful mess. Sample. There you go. That looks good. Now, at this point, yes, no, look at what it's got in here. I confess, the previous version of this video, I was fooled here because local foreign priv, mixed priv, is the way it's written. Here it comes. It's got bits missing off the words. So in a minute when we get to the recoding bit, I didn't realise that in the previous video. Yeah. So obviously the data has not been entered as in full form. So that means local private, foreign private sector, state sector, local private state. So bear those in mind. So I'm going to recode the variables and label the values appropriately. This is all stuff you've done before, so skip forward to the next video. You don't need to watch this unless you want to see how it works step by step. So I'm going to do, before I recode it, let's just put ST or something on the end of this to remind me what it's about. Okay, now I can recode that into a different variable. These remember which one's which on the controls. You could use auto recode if you don't really care which number gets assigned to which label, but because I'm a bit perfectionist, I want to match up with this. So naught is state, 1 is local priv, 2 is private priv, and so on. So let's make sure I match that up. Okay, before I do that, I'll just triple check that I know exactly. Local priv, foreign priv, state. What about the next one? Mixed priv. Okay, because if you spell them slightly wrong, if you spell them differently at all from the way it's written here, then you get a mismatch and it won't work. Okay, now we're ready to go. So we're going to recode type string, make a new variable just called type. Terrific. There you go. That's the easy bit. This is the bit that's a bit of a pain. You have to do this stuff. So first one is going to be state. That's going to be 0. To be 0. Add that. The next one's got to be state local priv. Last time I just did the video just before this, and I was explaining on the video in a very patronising way about how if you make any mistakes, it won't pick it up properly. And that's exactly what I did at the same time. Local priv, see if it works this time. Because I put foreign private, local private, the whole words. It's not where it's written in the data. And the final one should be mixed priv. Oh, this is right. State looks good. Local priv, foreign priv, and mixed priv. Yes, nothing can possibly go wrong this time. 0, 1, 2, 3. Continue. Continue. So yeah, let's add the variable in. Let's move it to compare nicely. So there. Ah, that looks good. Okay, and now we can actually, because we want to have the numbers in there, but for the analysis it's nice to have the numbers, but for us looking at it, it's a pain looking at these numbers. So the final step is to go to variable view and label the values over here. No, not there, the new one. No, the new one. So I have to remember what it was, and that's like naught state. So if you got it wrong, one was now I can actually improve it by writing the thing in full this time. Local private, foreign private. So I'm just telling you how to label the numbers that I put in. That looks wrong. It should be 2. Okay. 1, 2, and then 3 is mixed private. So you've got state-owned companies, local-owned companies, foreign private-owned companies, and then a mixture of foreign and local-owned companies. Okay, that's pretty good. So put the labels in, and then hopefully back to here. There we go. It exactly matches up. So now I've got the things written in full, and these, where it looks like text, but it's actually numbers. So pressing that thing, remember, you can get rid of them, see the numbers again. Now I've done all that, I can confidently zap this. I don't need that anymore, it'll just be confusing, so let's just remove it. Okay. The other ones I want to code are things like eco license managed fees, but they're already there as numbers, so it's much simpler. It's just a case of labeling the numbers. So manage, I can just go to here. No, eco license. So eco license is, what do you want to do? Eco license 1 if it's got certified tourism, not otherwise. So no, I might just. Okay, should I just put standard? Let's think about making this clear. That's standard tourism. Standard tourism license, let's put that, and then 1 is the one that's got eco license. Eco tourism. Okay, so the exact words don't matter too much. So 0's going to be standard license, 1 is eco tourism license. That agrees, doesn't it? Okay, so that's that one, and that should then appear here. Yeah, okay. Right, the management system is the system they're using for community-based forest management. Because hopefully Oliver has drilled these abbreviations into your head by now, so you can just go for NORD being standard management. And 1 can be CBM. Okay. Community-based NRM. No. Yeah, can you actually? I think, yeah, sometimes it's CBFM, community-based forest management. This is community-based natural resource management. So let's go for that. Anything else I need to label? Oh yeah, the views, that'd be a pain. Ho hum. So variable views. And 0 is going to be very much more one is two is very much more ineffectively. Sounds very hostile. More effectively. Basically, very much more ineffectively means we're seriously not happy. And very much more effectively means these people are just great. There we go. Let's code it now. Back to here. That's pretty much code. These things don't need to be coded because they are numbers anyway. On the holocaust visitors, energy. Why is energy like that? Okay. That's a bit suspicious. Water. Bio impact. So the title of these is bio impact bizarrely has been given 1,000 decimal places. Bio impact. Okay. Why is that suddenly gone? It's really strange. I don't think we need. Yeah. Gosh. 9 decimal places. I think really it's going to be neater if all these numbers just have kind of 4. So you can tell such a huge number of. See if that looks any better. That's good. Nutrition views, all that's good. So the only slightly strange thing is energy for some reason was defined as, energy has been defined as nominal, which is strange. Can't see any reason. Sometimes it's defined as that because accidentally when you imported a bit of text, but I can't see any sign of text in there, so I think it's just SPSS getting a bit snarky for some reason. So you can go to here and just change it. It should be a scale variable, so how many amount of energy is used. Those are all nominal. Oh, actually, you can change these. Type, eco license, manage are nominal. Really, views is, I'm sure you're there before me, it's ordinal because it's on a scale. The order of the numbers in views matters because 0 people that are really annoyed, and 4, whatever it is, people that are really happy. So it's going on a scale. The other things are not really any particular scale. They're just labels for categories, so they're all nominal. And the index number is just the number of observation. So I think we're good to go. Excellent. So there we are. So I hope you didn't sit through that if you didn't really need to, but if you did sit through it, I hope you found it enlightening and amusing and fun. But that's the end of this one. So thanks for watching.